Hello everyone, so picking off where we last were, as you can see I am by Genlands, and I am actually going to start doing the Power Struggles, which is the level 40 class quest for the Paladin here. I was going to say the tank. What tank? Anyhow, Captain Genlands has another lesson to teach you. Welcome, Paladin. You should know that that word of your deeds has reached me. For few are those who follow the true Paladin path without misstep, but you are one of them. I am proud to call you sister. You have kept the faith, and in return I must have faith in you. It is time that you knew the truth, though it is hard to share, for it is a shame I would rather keep hidden from outsiders. Perhaps you remember when I told you of the traitor and the sword oathkeeper that he stole. His name is Sultsigil, and he was my predecessor as captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite. Yes, he was the same man whom I had admired as a child, who inspired me to take up the sword and follow the way of the Paladin. He was the paragon of paladins, until that is, he changed. Some years ago now, there was a struggle for influence between the Sultanate military and a faction within the syndicate known as the Monetarists. The latter emerged triumphant, and the army's authority was diminished dramatically. Although Sultsigil was still captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, he knew his position was perilous, so he fled, taking Oathkeeper with him. In doing so, he went against the words that he had spoken on bended knee before his royal liege. Now it falls to me as captain to restore the honor and name of the Sultansworn. If that means cutting down my former mentor and master, I would do it gladly, for his misdeed cannot be forgiven. But his death will not lift the stain that mars our name. He must be put on trial in a public court so that everyone knows his crimes. Then, and only then, can we begin to earn the people's trust again. He served for over 30 years as captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, and he is a formidable foe. Few can match the skill with the sword. Even together, you and I will find it difficult to take him alive without mortal harm to one side or the other. So you must continue to hone your skills and prepare for the day when we will face him. To complete the next stage of your training, you must do this. Go to the Yurgram River in eastern Thailand and find the brazier we have placed there. By lighting it, you will draw the ire of the Lepidotes dwelling within the waters. Face the creatures in battle and master your new skills. The fight will not be easy, but if you take to heart what you have learned and let the crystal be your guide, you will triumph. And it's probably going to be easier than he makes it out to be. So we're obviously heading in that direction. And we will head out that way. And for some reason my map was super duper zoomed in. So we need to head this way. Right directly into the setting sun. Aren't we lucky? I believe it's across the bridge. Yes. And so, from here, I believe it's this way. Or at least we can go this way to get to where we need to get to. Because towards the waterfall, there is a pathway. Over here. Oh, I passed it anyway. Oh, yeah, that's the brazier there. So I'm gonna hop down, change into Sword Oath, and light the Iron Brazier. And fight these fish thingies. And unfortunately, I do not have my ninja quite to level 40 yet. It is level 36, I think. Let's check. Or is it lower than that? Yeah, it's level 36. And I was gonna force it to level 40, but it was taking longer than expected. And so I decided I would just stick with Paladin, because then I looked ahead to the next main scenario quests and I actually need to be level 41. And I knew my Paladin was close to that already. Oh, I guess there was one there. So I decided I would just stick with the Paladin for now. And hopefully by mid next week, I should have my ninja to level 40-ish. As you can see, I also dyed my gear. I bought some of the dyes from the boutique in the Gold Saucer by the Fashion Report. Originally I was going to go for Snow White color, but those are pretty expensive on the market board. At least I didn't actually check, but I found that these ones were there. Memories of Paladins have awoken something something in you. So anyway, so I bought those because they were 10 gold a piece, I think? Or something? I'm not sure. They were pretty cheap. But the Snow White ones were, from when I last looked on my main character, were expensive, but I didn't check this time around. Because I liked the blue that was available right then and there, so I was like, let's just go with blue. And then but I did buy some glamour prisms. You can eventually craft them. I think you can also get them from your Grand Company quartermaster or whatever, but I don't have the high enough rank. And mentioning rank, I also turned in more seals to get to Flame Private First Class, so we're now up there. And we need 4,000 more Immortal Flame seals to get the next rank. Which shouldn't take too long because we're almost there as it is. We only need 1,100 more, or 1,100 more. So, that shouldn't take too long. Especially if I do the daily duty roulette. So if you see here, there's once again the flame seals there, and then if I went as tank, I'd have an additional flame seal, but I've been using those to level up my ninja. So no bonus in that sense. Oh well. Good, you've mastered your new skills and made them your own. But much work remains to be done before you can face the traitor of Solsego. We are close to finding him, and as our net draws tighter, it grows ever more important that we make ready for the moment when the fish must at last be landed. And we learned the skill cover. The souls of paladins past bequeathed to you their wisdom. Or something like that. I really wish that was in the chat somewhere. I don't know if it's just because I have it turned off or something. I won't. I'll check later. Or I could check right now, but yeah, I don't know. So that's it for that, and we are super duper close, so hopefully if doing that quest will level us up, and then we can continue on, because the next bit is a dungeon of the main scenario quest. And I was gonna try to check right now. Newsflash, I can't check right now. It also helps if I know where I'm going. I need to go this way. Anyway, so if you look at some of the previous dungeons, what I was looking at was, so for example, this one here, down here it says level 38, and when we first got this, we couldn't actually do it because it was level 38 when we were still level 35. And then there's the Sunken Temple of Arm Quarn, which we can also do. It's a level 35 one, but so those two dungeons that we still have yet to do, but those are, I don't think they're required at any point. I could be mistaken, but we will eventually do them anyway. Probably not in this video. I will probably do one in the next video. And then the next one in the next video, or something like that. And there's that boss fight again. We are avoiding it. It's also very, very foggy here. Look, fog. It's too bad, because it's not snowy, so it would be a good time to see everything here, but unfortunately, no. If it's not snowing, it's foggy. And if it's not, it's a witch. And if not, then it's, well, I say it's raining, but I don't think it actually rains here. Because it'd be like ice rain. Because it's too cold to be rain. Anyhow, so we need to show these things to Julot, who is here. Julot. Oh, you've returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Actually, nope. This time I want to show you something. Bloody Encyclical. The envelope contains what appears to be an official papal appointed to the position of Inquisitor, so if you remembered in the last video, we discovered a body that had this. And thus we figure the Gilmar person who is posing as is not in fact that Inquisitor. The Inquisitor is an imposter. Don't be preposterous. That could not be possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Pernilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. And obviously you see that we have triple triad there, as that person was also triple triad-ing. You? I do not believe I know you, madame. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Here, how's this? Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it. Not at all. That doesn't sound suspicious at all. I doubt you. You lie. You know, don't you? Fury take me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Gerlach gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravonian abominations lashed out at him. Nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Gerlach and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer in unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, a man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew for him to be false. Together we carried Sir Gerlach to the infirmary, and on his first night in Whitebrim Front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good morale, seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing, until Lord Francel was accused. Oh. Wasn't she the one who was... Or maybe. Some time ago I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconic rosaries in a chest hidden southwest or southeast of Whitebrim Front, so I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Halenart, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone forgive me for not acting sooner. Hey, hey, hey. So, we will go speak with Trillamont now. Or, I guess, yes. Pretty sure that's all the way up here. Not pretty sure. I meant to say that I think the main scenario quest is all the way up here. Because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere otherwise. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we had to go outside? Well, since I'm in here, I might as well go to the top and see if I can see what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, search the area southeast of Whitebrim Front. Helps if you read too, you know? And, ironically, we can see where we need to go, which is right there. And I do not dare drop down. Even though I just said that, and holy crap, that scared me. I did not want to drop down like that for that very reason. Fortunately, I think they changed it so that you fall and always have 1 health left. Thank goodness for that. But fortunately, I believe... No. Yeah, I was doing leave quests, and so I had changed my home point to Wineport because I kept dying with my ninja because they were a little bit tougher than I wanted to be, or they were to be, and I don't have quite up to par gear for that area. And because of the rat nest that was over that way, I know I can go this way. Much shorter than going around. Anyhow, now I need to go talk to Drillamont. So I will, on our way to the dungeon, because I know which direction it will be, I will set Camp Dragonhead as my home point again. Drillamont, why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. Bloody Encyclical, Draconic Rosaries. The brands of unbelievers and enemies of the Holy See. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries, and where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury, take me! The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Celebrian, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. I will do my utmost, and as supposed, my level did level up into level I guess it's not better than what I have currently equipped. Okay. Anyway, level 2, level 41, which is required for this next bit. Lord Drillamont requires your assistance in bringing the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume to justice. That thrice-darned heretic was murdering countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravonian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded a heretic. If we hurry there, may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Celebrian. Together let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. On my way. As I take some shortcuts. Or run into boxes instead. Whichever takes your pick. And so we'll jump onto Carbuncle and head down that way. And no, that's not the dungeon that we need. One we're headed to is up over here. And it's very foggy. And we have some lovely crocodiles. And if I'm lucky, I can get past them without being noticed. Hooray! House Sterndare Knight. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Drillamont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we'll need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? I am indeed. Possibly. Probably. We'll find out. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Halone's hall. Only the wicked... But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Halone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us! My Lord Drillamont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain! I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Drillamont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are You whose hands are black with blood, of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade? You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desired retribution, Lord Drillamont, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Stravonian fang and claw. Show the heretic no mercy. You must pay for the innocent blood he has spilled. Ignorant swine, soon you will know the futility of your faith. And we'll just follow this dude over here because of where these thingies are spawning. And truth be told, I hadn't noticed them at first when I did this the first time, so it took me a long time to figure out that they were up here. Where'd that one come from? And now we hop back down. I meant to hit the whole keynote spacebar. Do you see, heretic? You and your allies are no match for the might of Ishgard. How wrong you are, Ishgardian! I have been blessed with a power far beyond your ken. Come, my brothers, grant me the strength to smite her. Whoa, what? Come, my brothers, grant me the strength to smite our enemies. I am reborn! Stand your ground! 'Tis but an illusion! Your magics have no power over me, heretic. And as you can see, we have more fun bad guys appearing. I'll just take out this wyvern. And this would be a good time to use the cover skill. If I could, but I can't, unfortunately. Put that there. I have to rearrange my skills at some point. And I think that's it. That was much easier than I remember it being. My clamors dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. Cough. Wheeze. You may not recall the many guardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, Whitebrim front shall fall. And he died? Defiant to the last, leave the bloody for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Celebrian, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were reunited with our airship, or with your airship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me with Whitebrim, front, and bring your associates. Just had a little bit of pause because I realized something, but I can't say what that something is. And of course we're under attack by this crocodile. Crocodile's gonna die. And we're spotted by another one. And another one. There we go, hitting the space bar instead. Curious. Get closer to another level. There we go. And I'll jump on my carbuncle before I get attacked again. And so we need to head back and speak with Alpha now. And then I believe Alphino tells us to go to Stone Angel, but we will see. And it's now blizzardy. How fun. Almost realistic to my real weather. Okay. Elfino. Where have you been, Solarian? The false Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. Indeed. Elfino is eager to enter the Stone Vigil. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Drillamont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. And apparently we have side quests. I think I'm gonna do the side quests first. Ha 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 ha! Sir Brainax is concerned for a comrade who has taken a tumble off a snow-covered cliff. You're that Celebrian, aren't you? Well met, well met. Give us a hand, and one of the dragoons has fallen clean over the cliff. He lives, praise the Fury. He could tell that much from the top. A brother knight stayed behind on the cliff and awaits a coil of rope. See here, can you go to the keep for the rope and deliver it thither? I am for the infirmary. I head to the infirmary? I'm for the infirmary. Basically what he means is I'm heading to the infirmary. Anyway. Mirus. Mirus is concerned for a lost patrol fighting for warmth out in the howling blizzard. Huh. Ah, that's why. I never used that one. Ironically, it's blizzardy. It's an ill night for patrols in this blizzard. We had contact. It's an ill night for patrols in this blizzard. We had contact via link pearl. Oh, we had contact via link pearl. One of the parties has managed to blunder into the behemoth's domain, a dominion of all places. The cold and fatigue have robbed them of their mobility. I've heard it said you are as a snow wolf, feeling the cold far less than other women. If you can give this brand wine to the patrol, you will save lives tonight. One more thing, adventurer. Do not presume to provoke the behemoth to battle. You will fail, and you will die. Rescue the dragoons, that is your task. This day and not more. And Dame Mert. Honest men make the best conspirators, and Sir Dambert would seek your help with us with his own transformation. Adventurer, a word. I hear of you from Sir Ferdelay, whatever, and another, though they know not of my special interest. You're a woman just and clement. Help me free my brother from the dungeons. My brother was condemned to hard labor for desertion, but the Holy See now declares desertion to be heresy, and his life is forfeit. They speak falsehood with their reasoning, and I no longer have faith that they are one with Halone. Lawrence is doubly innocent, for he never deserted. He left his post, yes, but to treat with an Uldon traitor for medicine that saved his betrothed's life. Much have I given Ishgard and willingly, but they shall not take my brother, and they shall not take the truth. Ferdalo alone guards him, and he is a great one for a nap, especially when he has been kept at the card table at night. I have seen you move like a shadow. Slip in and take his key. Give the dungeon key to Lawrence and wish him the speed of the Fury. Tell him I have cached supplies in a disguise in the usual place. Meanwhile, I shall prepare a distraction and cover all our tracks. We shall speak later. I will be glad to help. And, I guess we have more quests in here, maybe? I will speak to Drillamont anyway, because the next bit of the quest isn't until we get up there, I believe. And for all I know, the side quest is actually up here. Anyway, Drillamont. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand. But you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have been happier to be proven wrong. While it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Duranians that now hold the ruin? In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravonian foothold in Coorthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been able to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. Agreed. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathalin of your impending visit. May he alone guide you, Scions. And I will run up my way here, because I think there is a quest up here now that I'm thinking of it. And I was right. Leitaro. Sir Leitaro has heard of your growing repute and wishes to engage you. Long has the bell marked the time at her keep, but as you can see, it was ill-used by dragons and has been silent since. Others of this keep have not but praise for your work. Adventurer, I wonder if you are the ideal confederate for this enterprise. Will you assist me in repairing the bell? We need a goodly amount of metal, and arms damaged in battle are in plentiful supply. Yet, 'twould not do for one dragoon to ask another for his arms. Will you collect them and take them around to Tuatke the smith? That I can do. Right. I think the last time I ended up dropping ooh, that was a long drop. You went what? Oh, to repair the bell. I cannot well recall its appeal, but I was still falling off chocobos when the dragons cleft it thus. Here, will this do? I think the first time I did this, I actually ended up jumping down, not realizing that collecting was actually within the tower itself. Immortal. Ha! Repairs are to finally move forward? Metal hither, metal thither. Take it away, and let the anvil ring. And I think the rest are out there somewhere. Well, we need a rope for rescuing that soldier who has fallen. And we need to talk to some other people here. Sir Bengio strikes you as a man with a sizable chip upon his shoulder, and such men are often ready to spend handsomely. Adventurer, how would you like to assist a dragon slayer? I put a bolt through a dragon while manning the ballistas overlooking the gorges. I saw its death throes, and then it plunged. But nobody will believe me. I had not the time to collect a trophy before I was relieved, and they will not credit what they do not see. The carcass is out there in the bottom of the gorge, just waiting to be claimed. I hear you can find anything, and I need a dragon bone to show the others. On my way to collect your dragon bone. Force Smart. Rumor has it that Force Smart has a job that involves travel. I am a part of the expedition to Snowcloak. Know you that great ice wall that swells like a ragged's tail? There is much danger in those parts, and so 'twas that my group took on sellswords. However, affrighted by the creatures that stalk the wilderness, they abandoned their posts and fled. Now, what manner of cravenness is this? It beggars all belief. You'll leave no stone unturned to complete your mission, they say. What say you? Will you guard the expedition? We are sore in need of a sword arm. You'll know more from Ordilic at Snowcloak. Be well, adventurer. Keep my people safe. And obviously that's back down here, and then there's going to be some side quests from them. Astidian. Head Chirurgeon Astidian would have you escort a most valuable prize from Camp Dragonhead. As you may have noticed, this area is much troubled by many a wild and savage creature. This is, of course, in addition to dragons, which are all the enemy that Ishgard acknowledges by and large. This has taxed the infirmary beyond all natural limits, and the healers show signs of becoming patients. After some doing, I have managed to secure a Chirurgeon from Camp Dragonhead. From the reluctance they envied at the transfer order, he must have great promise. It would be easier in my mind if you would escort him here. I think that's all we have for in here. And then I believe we need to head over here. Discarded weapon. Oops. Right, this is a storeroom. I wanted to go on this side. But I obviously needed to get the weapon there anyway, so there's the win. And over here, discarded weapon. I believe that's the last one of those. Yes, it is. And we need to head down here. But we need something else first. Ah, Hurdle. Need a key. Don't mind if I do. Sneaky, sneaky. You saw nothing? You heard nothing. I somehow managed to... Apparently I was stuck. Lawrence. You? I'm glad to see you again. To bid you thanks for saving my beloved's life. Do you bring news of her today? I do, and here's a key. A rusted iron key used to unlock the dungeons at Whitebrim Front. Damn, Bert. I thought he had forsworn me, for he came not once to see me. I cursed him in my mind, but his cruelness was kindness after all. I know of the hiding place he speaks. Tell him I shall miss him and to preserve himself from harm. But I swear to return, to fetch away my lady. And now we need to... Wait, was there something else we're supposed to do in here? Nope. 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 Riddle me that. Maybe it's upwards. Oops. Ah, right, because the smith is up here. That's for the different quest. Tatsuk. You seek a smith. What can I do for you? Discarded weapon. The bloody remnants of a broken weapon left on the field of battle. In this case, it's not actually on battle, but anyway. Repair the bell? Ah, worthy endeavor. Especially with such a shadow as this over Whitebrim Front. A dragoon must needs see and hear what she fights for, or their heart'll go out of her. There's more than enough metal here to cast a new clapper and make the other repairs. I'll start as soon as I am done hammering out this breastplate. Tell Sir Leutro that we'll make this place ring. Will you? Sure. As I stammer that. So we will go rescue that soldier who has fallen, who is over this way. And apparently there's a fate, but I don't want to do that. And we actually need to head over this way, I think. Confusion. It's over this way. Isn't that usually over here? Maybe not far enough over. I don't know. Ah. And we're gonna fall. And once again, just barely lived. Lucky us. Fallen dragon. Oh, that's what we're doing. Soldiers somewhere else. Let's see. No, not that one. That one. Oh, the soldier's over there. I was in the wrong direction. Tisk. Well, we know why the dragon bone's here. Conveniently also by the body. Kind of. So we will rescue that, helps if I go the right direction. Rescue that, soldier. Which I think we were supposed to actually do first. Oh well. Because then it would have been easier to get down on this side and not almost die. Okay. Hippity hop. Do I need to go this way? Don't think I need to go this way, but I think I can go this way. I think I found a dead end. Yep, that's a dead end. Oh well. Okay, and we will ride our way back through and go out this way. Nope, nope, not that way. This way. There's the gate I'm looking for. And we need to head this way. Slipped Squire. How to get over there? Knight in shining armor. What do you want? You bring rope for rescue? Excuse my churlishness. I have been stymied at every turn in helping my brother knight. It has made me forget my courtesy. But with both our coils tied end on end, it may just be long enough. Throw the end of it down to him. The Fury help us. It will not fall. The wind blows it out of reach. Yet again. What are we to do? Jump down with it? Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do when I almost jumped in the wrong spot. Slipped Squire. So, you jumped down a cliff on purpose? I can certainly respect that. You're a woman with a plan. You do have a plan, don't you? I do indeed. This brambleweed rope, twisted from several thinner ropes, appears strong enough to support the weight of a grown Rugadin. Rope? High winds? Huh? But this rope will hang straight with the weight of a man upon it, so we shall both climb back and over the precipice. I can't remember what we're supposed to do. Fall down there, I guess? Simple enough plan and well tested. Ahem. I fear it'll take me a while to complete the climb. I hope you don't mind the wait. Huh? So, I'm guessing the climb actually means fall down here? I don't know. I never figured out that part, because it made it sound like we're supposed to climb upwards, but how? I didn't see anything that we could click to climb upwards. I just ran the wrong direction. Oh well, we need to head back in anyway. So I'll turn in these side quests, and then I'll head out to these areas and do anything over in those areas. And then I will head over and do the main scenario quest, because we need to head this way. Anyways. Although, you couldn't see that on the map at the current moment. Alrighty. We will turn in the quest right here. Danebert. Look somber. I am telling you of how a jackal ate the cook's cat. Success? Good. When? Hour of the wolf? I'll lose my works then. You must never return. I left him instructions. He shall send for her, and I will see that she is protected unpursued. There is only death for him here. The beast tore the poor animal to shreds. What shame to lose a good ratter. To the greenwood desert or the sea, anywhere but here. Likely I shall never see him again, but at least he lives, and it's thanks to you. Remember that you spent the past bell seeking Charmine's rosary. It is in your pocket. Be soon with her. It is in your pocket. Be seen with her soon. Brienne. Unhurt, was he? The infirmary will be relieved to hear of it. Always short on something they are. Ishgard scolds us for using venturers for too many things, but I say Sodom. They won't send reinforcements and threaten to denounce any knight who asked for them. The way I see it, a good venture is worth more than their words. I would probably agree with that. And let's go for the scholar book. So we will run our way up here and turn in the quest, and by run I obviously mean at the carbuncle upwards, because we have to go all the way to the top and talk with that soldier about the bell. The throw. Jack said this. The Fury bless him. To see it as I do. Ishgard is at war, and we hoard our resources with an almost Trevanian avidity. All must fuel the crusade while removing as little from the battlefield as possible. We at Whitebrim Front live between the Anvil of Winter and the Hammer of the Dragons. We have been tested much and not found wanting. I believe that this is our keep and our home. It must have a measure of beauty, else it becomes a goal. Didn't I just get this book? Huh. Okay. Good to know. So, I'll yoink. I don't know. That's the point where I go by appearance and looks. I'll go for that. And I don't really want to jump down again. That was hurtful and painful and scary. Worried. Hide. Even that jump is hurtful, scary, and hide. I'm such a good player character. Running across tables. And we need to head this way. Burr and Giot. Did you get my dragon bone? That was my first dragon, you know. It's special. Dragon bone, the giant bone of a Dranian. Yes, yes, dragon bone. Who's spinning yarns now, huh? By the Fury. Berengot Dragonslayer, blessed in the eyes alone. I have dreamed of this. Do you realize that I shall be commended by the Archbishop himself? Sure. Ah. Stone Vigil is up there. Not over there. Over here. Anyhow. And also, that moment you realize you left your tea bag in your tea. And it's green tea, which means it's super bitter right now. Hooray! I say in a very sarcastic nature. So we'll head over to this side first, and then down there, because I think there's a few quests there. Unless they're unlocked afterwards, but I don't believe so. I believe they're just short things anyway. Like killing the ice sprites and whatever those wolf-looking things were. So we need to head this way. And if I have it backwards, oh well. So in this area, it's not kidding Behemoth's Dominion. There is a hunt, I believe, of the Behemoth. And you definitely don't want to fight that, least of all at this current level. Stranded Knight. Whoa, what are you doing here? You Moonbrain? The Behemoth walks nearby, and we cannot move. Save yourself! Emergency Brandwine. The sweet distilled spirit warms from the inside. What's this? Hold it against my lips. There. I presume that's him gulping it down. Amazing! I can feel my feet again. I believe... Yes, I can walk again. You're welcome. Now, make sure you find your way back into Whiteburn. Front. I was like, what's it called? And so now we need to head over to the little encampment that you might have noticed before when we were doing the Minion quest in the same area. So just around this bend and towards the campfire over here. So we need to speak to Orlick. Celebrian, is it? Oh, horseman sent you? By the Ruth of Helone, you are welcome here. We have even contemplated abandoning the expedition for lack of guards. The dragoons can be of no help, they say, stretched thin as they are with the dragon wars. Your presence is truly fortuitous. And as I said, we have a couple of quests here. And I think these are the pants I was looking for. Yes, they are. Although what I'm currently clamored with is better. Orlick seems glad of your presence and cannot wait to set you to work. Settled in, Celebrian. Ready to work, mayhap? Excellent. This is a trio of hippocurves that must be called, for they have taken to standing in the way and procrastinating endlessly over which patch of ice to lick. And we need to talk to Ledsifer. When lovers call, an adventurer must answer, for along with art, truth, and justice, love is one of life's great adventures. Will you hear Ledsifer's plea? You are our new protector, is that not so? I must have your help in laying something to rest. There are bodies entombed in the ice over there to the west. When the Freys come, the folk of Vulcan's nest fled, but not all of them in time. One of them was my wife. To search for the corpse of my beloved among those of... Pretty sure that's supposed to be corpse. That's like twice now. To search for the... Whatever, I'm just saying corpse. To search for the corpse of my beloved among those folk I knew all my life, 'tis more than I can bear. I beg you to go in my stead. Here is a pick. Find her for me and bring her back ring of troth. That's not a grisly deed to do at all. And I think we have to head upwards. And of course there's a crocodile. Why wouldn't there be a crocodile in the middle of a mountainside? I missed. Swing and a miss. Didn't miss it, did I? Nope. Is it over here? Nope. But there is a random person there. And I don't think I can get up there. I guess I can't get up there. Do I need to go that way or this way? This way it turns out. Snow boulder. A heavy tool used to chip away at rock-hard sheets of ice. Iron ice pick. Use the iron pick on the target area. Frozen corpse. And we'll just fall down this way. And so I just need to head over here. That's of her. You are back so soon. Could you not find her? Heirloom ring, a beautiful antique ring worn by Lancifer's wife. Ah, this is the ring. The same I slipped on her hand when we were wed. Thank you, adventurer. You are a worker of wonders. In my heart I had not expected to see this again. The freeze came quickly on the heels of the calamity, but there was as yet a narrow defile. The entire hamlet gathered at its mouth, and we began to pass through it to safety. Not even half of us were through before a snowslide struck. In the confusion, her hand slipped from mine. The surge of snow and the crowd carried me to this side, and she was left behind. I left her behind. When a widowed man or woman takes back the ring of troth, the dead are free to wed again in the afterlife. She was young still and merry of heart. I would that she finds a mate again, though my heart cries out for her to wait for me. That wasn't depressing at all. So we need to kill some... what are we killing? Hippocurfs, which are over this way. And then I believe we have to turn them back in over there. Probably. Do. And of course, I think they're already killed. Do those ones count? They do indeed. So what I was trying to demonstrate before, because I think I can use it on my chocobo there. Yes, it's the cover ability. So instead of my chocobo getting the damage, I take the damage. For a time period, so it lasts for 12 seconds. And I need one more hippogriff. There we go. And as I thought, we need to turn it back down there. And then we'll turn in that quest, and then I will teleport to Camp Dragonhead, set that as my home point, turn in that quest, and then we'll head over to the Stone Vigil. Provided that there isn't another quest over here as well. And of course the Hippogriffs spawn here. Why wouldn't they spawn here now that I don't need them? But realistically, someone had probably just killed them and that's why they weren't there. Okay, so here we are talking to Orderlick. Slain, flayed, and dressed, I see. When you have a chance, you ought to see Snowcloak itself to the west. There was a road there into West Coerthas, but after the calamity, the cold came, and with it a wall of ice too thick to penetrate. We must find our way past the ice wall, and that is why we are here. Cut off from the west, we are about half of ourselves. And I'll yank those pants, and apparently you have another quest for us, but first I will do that. And then I'm going to cast a Glamour of this. Much better. Anyway, Orlick is seeking aid for a rescue attempt. Never has the course of research run smooth at Snowcloak. We are bedeviled by ice sprites for one. I suspect the sprites are to blame for our latest problem. A researcher on a sample drilling duty is late returning to camp. The sprites delight in tormenting some more than others, and, well, he's just one of those fellows. Will you rush to his rescue? I will indeed. And obviously that's back over this way. And I will sneak past here. Ignore that crocodile, who probably won't ignore me. Like I said, but I'm in here, so... Of course, it always has that habit of, yeah, you weren't gonna not follow me, were you? Face-faced researcher. No, the sprite still lives, is not living. It's dead. I was faster than it. You saved me! I think I'm in love with you. No, you're not. Let us return to the camp together. Oh, you have something dangerous to do first. Alright, I'll just see you later. Apparently this is another way to get up, I think. Yep. Anyway. Talking to Ordlick. Welcome back, Celebrian. I just spoke with that Wayface. I made certain he understands that you're a busy woman also. Thank you! Thanks to you, we too can busy ourselves with our mission. There will still be much hardship, but with your help we shall find a way through the ice wall. Fantastic. So, I will... just ride my way back there, turn in that quest, and then, as I said, I will teleport... Actually, you know what? I have to make my way back there anyway, so I'm just going to teleport to Dragonhead right now. Because I have to make my way back there for the dungeon anyway, so... Backwards thinking. Oh well. Okay, so first things first is setting that as my home point. That's done. Now to turn in this quest over here. Over here, rather. To here. Ah. Retinue. The one being transferred to Whitebrim. He left many bells ago. You did not meet him upon the road. It is as clear as day and straight as an arrow. He must have taken some other way and now wanders lost. His curiosity is boundless, and he never hesitates to risk himself. It makes him a wonder of physicking, but a complete and utter fool on a winter road. Eventually you must find him before it is too late. Here, take this bottle of maddening potion, for he is like to be frozen. He cannot have this recklessness when he is tasked with saving lives. Indeed. So I guess we're finding position. Find yourself. Helps if I turn in the correct direction. And I need to make a right turn. And we're good to go. And as you can see, it is not snowy. And that's what that looks from behind. But there is a fate here, but I don't care. It might chase me. But it'll ignore me soon, because I'll be out of the range. Right now. Okay, I was a little too fast, but... That's what the gate thingy looks like over there. And I believe I need to go over here. And that's that over there. That's stone visual, I believe. And that over there is Ishkard. Lost Churgan. Okay, I wasn't fast enough. I guess we'll kill this bird first. There we go. Last Churgan. Cold! Bad idea! Bad idea! No more detours! If I make it to the front, why did I bring the maddening potion? Concentrated maddening potion. A powerful concoction which induces severe anger and acute madness. How? Now! Ow, ow, ow! The blood surges! So many ideas, like a swarm of wasps! Making the mind race! I must go! Wasps! Wasps! Bees in my bonnet! Don't know if he's just crazy or... But apparently we're supposed to go over this way too. Well, conveniently, now I have a better view of this. See? Doesn't that look cool? Just for the sake of it. Ta-da! Pretty sure that's the stone vigil over there. And Ishkard. And Gateway. And you can only see the top of the watchtower thingy there. Anyhow, what are we supposed to do here? Ah, Lost Churgan. I guess you're here. You didn't make it very far, dude. You made it from, like, there. Hail, well met, fare thee. Well, my hero saver, off to the front. Yes, off to the front. Off to the front. Yout! There's that thing, fleet thing. Help! This guy's nuts. I feel like he had too much coffee. If coffee is even a thing in this game. And if not, well... oh well. I think we need to talk to him again? Oh dear, I do take a lot of saving, don't I? Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. Celebrian? That's lovely. I think I'm forgetting something, but... Anyway, should you ever need physicking, come to the White Brimmer Infirmary. You won't find a Churgan more devoted to making you well, I assure you. Till then, farewell. You just walked the wrong direction. I'll just assume he made it back properly and safely, and to where he needed to go. Now I'm kind of curious. I see a pathway here. Does that mean we can go here? Oh, it does. Well, that's cool. Would have liked to have known that before. A snow wolf indeed. You will not be needing the brandywine tonight, I believe. Potent as it is, it extracts a price. The patrol is no doubt back at camp by now. They have had a close call, those men. A terrible shame it would have been had they been slain by a common thing like a behemoth. That's common? When they are meant to face dragons, it's common to be killed by a behemoth? What? So I kind of like those stabbers, but I guess we'll go with that because it is better than what we have. Or is it? Oh, I see we're full again, that's why. Too many arms. I don't think I'm using that one. So I'll toss that in here, sort that again. What can I toss out of here? That apparently. Okay, that's good enough. I have to clean that out better at some point. Or level up more characters. And I'm gonna cast a glamour on that. Because I do not like those swords. If you can even call them swords. But anyway. So we'll turn in this quest here, and then I will finally get to the Stone Vigil. And thus the video might be a little bit longer than originally planned. I forgot there was a whole bunch of side quests that might be unlocked. Ah, adventurer, you'll be pleased to know the new Chirrigan arrived safe and sound. You said you saved him from certain ruin. Of course, he collapsed from the effects of the maddening potion mid-battle, not surprising considering his journey here. One of the other Chirrigans ministers to him as we speak. It bodes not well that he failed to prepare himself for the potion's after effects. I begin to think that taking on new staff is not the panacea I had hoped for. Well, you will find out, and those mega potions will come in handy. Alrighty. And now, without further ado, we will head up there. And in order to do so, we must needs go this way. And that's the view from this side. That's very cool. And I don't believe we have yet gone this way, but I could be mistaken. Oh, I see, there's a fate. I was like, why is there a giant dragonfly thing there? We'll just avoid it. Nathan. Hail, Slavrin. Lord Drillamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. And so we have this available now. And here we go with the Stone Vigil. There's lots of dragons in this one. So there's side rooms. You don't really need to do those. And I forgot that was there. Oh, for Pete's sake. Just a bit of fun. I wasn't expecting all of them at once. Here we go. And so the first boss is here. Less squishy. Yep. And another one of those stupid blasties. And I believe there's ice sprites here, and I'm correct. And so most of those side rooms have treasure chests in them again. So they're kind of the side thing and aren't really necessary to do. And so with this one, there's going to be those there. You want to actually drag the boss over here because of the ability that it will use, and because of throughout the fight itself, there will be a second boss thingy that you want to hit with those cannons there. And treasure chests are over there, and I got a level. Yay! And because I'm bound to need any of those, I might as well just greet those. Hit wrong keys. Woohoo! And apparently I got a new skill and I didn't even notice. And that should go there. And just this ice sprite, and then we have some Avises to kill. Woo! And through here. And probably a cutscene. Like I said. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Celebrian, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? Yep. That settles it, then. Shall we, Sid? As you command. Sneaky, 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 sneak. And hello, Asian. So, you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests? A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers, the Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a foe would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If one mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. And, of course, you're going to take the dragon, or wake it up. We woke it from its beauty sleep. Alphino, the dragon! Confound it all! Bye-bye. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. And everybody's dancing. So in this one, it's going to spit out these ice thingies. You want to make sure you move away from that. So it's going to spit the ice thingy. And then it's going to take flight. And you want to stay off of that side. And as you can see, that's the ice thingy. You don't want to be on that. It's gonna spit another ice thing. It's gonna take flight again. And that is it for the dragon. Hooray! Yay, another crystal thingy. Celebrian, are you alright? Speak to me! Nope, just nowadays. XIV be praised. I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity that Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. This is also familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... it's no use. Let's go. an interesting slicing arm thingy. Unless that's the rudder, but it looks like it's a slicing arm thingy. And we are back in Gridania. So I shall speak with Elfino. Ah, how I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelves Wood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charm. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Hooray! Mount speed in Kawarth's Central Highlands has increased. Oh, righty. Talking to Sid here. Sid appears to be deep in thought. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. I like how Elfino's floating in air. I bear good news. The Seedseers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it! There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course! That's it! We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier? It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Celebrian. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected aether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected aether comprising Garuda's barrier into aether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might, a scholar by the name of Lambertaint, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marx met him, I suppose, whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener. He would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marx was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Slebrian, I need you to return to Thanolin and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. And so in terms of storyline, that's where we're gonna leave it there. And I have no idea what those are, but I will pick them up in the next video. But I'm gonna take a detour to the Gold Saucer, because in 7 minutes time, which will be slightly edited out, will be the Gold Saucer draw, which I have not yet shown because I keep forgetting about it. So I can show that. And where I mentioned earlier about getting the dye. It's a boutique vendor right here. And okay, so I was wrong. I thought they were like 10 a piece, but 40 40 a piece is really cheap compared to some of them that are priced on the market board. And so, with this draw, you will see people. I'm just going to turn off that. So you'll see people walking along here, and then they'll set up a bunch of little signs over here, and then they'll read out the numbers. And as you can see, there's a lot of people, which isn't unusual for this time. So we have 4 minutes to wait, but I will edit that out. Alrighty, so it should be starting any minute now. And by any minute, I mean like any second now. So maybe 20 seconds or so. Once the server time is 10:10. Or at least roughly that. Or is it 10:15? I don't know. Or 15 minutes after, I guess. Of the server time, that is. So, as I said, there'll be thingies that will spawn here. And makes me a liar. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for this drawing of the Jumbo Cactopop. As you can see, there's ladies walking there. And also, Air Force One started. Which is another thing that I might attach to this video. Or possibly not. But you see, I walk along here. And now, without further ado, let us set the wheels in motion. And you see this giant thingy, and a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to turn off the sound, or not this UI, but then we wouldn't be able to see that. For example, 6 and 6 and 4 and 5. And then you'll see a massive run of everybody. The winning number for the draw 282 is 5466. And the early bird bonus grants everyone an extra 8%. Make sure the lucky folk claim your rewards whether or not you hit the cactopop today. Just remember there's always drawing number 283 to look forward to. This week's let's see rank 1. Well, we didn't get anything from any of our tickets other than the consolation prize, but consolation prize is always just as good. And the noise that you hear, like the crowd noise, that's because there's so many players here. Normally you wouldn't hear that kind of noise. And so what I've been doing is just the random numbers. Ta-da! So if you see, that cost us 450 MGP for all 3 of those, which is not bad, because just with one ticket alone, we already gained 300 to 400 MGP. So everything else was just pure profit. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching!